These are La Sportiva's new ultra shoe, the Prodigio Pro, and I've been able to get about 100 miles in them, and here's what I can tell you about them. For starters, let's go with the fit. For sizing wise, I have this in a 44.5. I actually went up a half size for the shoe, and La Sportiva actually recommends you go about a half size up for all their running shoes. But how does the shoe fit? Well, if you're familiar with La Sportiva's trail running shoes, it fits kind of the same. I mean, the last La Sportiva trail running shoe that I used was the Caracal, and surprisingly it feels similar but different. The Prodigio Pro definitely feels better than the Caracal, like 10 times better, but it has that kind of similar feel. And what I'm more referring to is this has more of a higher volume fit, which if you've got a high volume foot, that's going to be great for you. I personally have a lower volume foot. I find that Hoka's really fit really well because they're pretty like compressed, and I like that feeling in my running shoes. Whereas with the Prodigio Pro, I feel like there's more space within the shoe. Now, is that a bad thing? Not necessarily, but sometimes what I've noticed is that when I wear a really thin sock with the Prodigio Pro, I'm more susceptible to blisters because there is just so much room in this section of the shoe, and you can't really get that any tighter than it can be. I mean, you can kind of see right here, it's just, there's a lot of room in the shoe. Now, like I said, is that a bad thing? No. I mean, to combat that, I just wear a slightly thicker sock, and I don't mind it, and it fills the room really good, and I don't get really any blisters at all. So it's just been one of those things that I've had to deal with. But I will say it has to be one of La Sportiva's most comfortable trail running shoes to be in. I noticed that there's not really any like hot points or really high pressure zones in the shoe. Even this whole knit upper, which has like its own built-in gaiter, works really well, and it puts a good amount of compression on your foot, and not too much, because I've heard with even some like Hoka's and other trail running shoes that sometimes they can put a little bit too much pressure, and especially the laces. There's a good amount of padding right in this kind of tongue area, and I don't notice the laces at all. I don't notice any of that pressure, and I find that even on a longer run, when my foot starts to swell up, that this shoe feels really good to just continue doing those miles in. So overall, the fit of the Prodigio Pro is spot on. Now that we've got the fit out of the way, let's dive into the performance of the Prodigio Pro. And like I mentioned, this is an ultra shoe, so what can you expect from it? Well, you can expect a good stack height and a lot of cushion underneath your foot, and for this shoe to be a pretty comfortable ride. And out of the box, it was all that. And I was actually really surprised because I haven't had a shoe that has felt this good out of the box. I mean, the first day I used it, I could definitely tell that, like, you know, it was a new shoe. It kind of needed to be broken in a little bit. But after that first day, like, I've logged a lot of miles in this shoe, and it's been really comfortable. And I think a lot of that comfort has to do to the midsole. I find that this foam is really responsive and reactive underfoot. And as kind of a sporadic type of runner where I like to sprint in certain sections and just kind of really dig into the trail, it's a foam that really complements my running style. And it's really crazy because this shoe feels so light underneath your foot as well, that it really creates this motion of just wanting to push you forward. Like when I've ran with Hoka's that have right around the same stack height, I find that I'm aware that I'm wearing them. Like there's enough weight to them, they're bulky enough, and you just kind of know that you have that cushion underneath your foot. Whereas when I use the Prodigio Pro to run, I don't notice that, and there's no compromises, and it's just pure performance, which is really crazy to use. I mean, I was kind of in the party who thought that anything with a higher stack height, it would just kind of feel sloppy and, you know, not as responsive or snappy. Whereas the Prodigio Pro, it feels responsive, it feels quick, and it does really feel snappy. And if you're kind of scurrying around on trails that have a lot of rocky terrain or a lot of loose terrain, these don't feel clunky. Like they feel so light underneath your foot, and it's something that I have to kind of reiterate is that these are really light, and you just get way less foot fatigue, and you just feel good when you're running with these on. So overall, the ride of the shoe is really amazing. And you get a great amount of grip on the outsole as well. And it uses friction white, which is La Sportiva's stickier compound. And I found that I've had plenty of traction, whether I'm on really loose terrain, even snow, and just kind of everything. It's a really good compound that has a great amount of grip to it. And the tread pattern is also really nice. I don't find like it's like when you're running with a Solomon, like a speed cross, and it's almost like you're wearing cleats. It's not like that, and it's a really good blend of lugs and just pure rubber. So I'm definitely a big fan of the whole kind of midsole package and outsole package as well for performance-wise. I think it's by far, it's one of the best trail running shoes I've used. Now, I know I've kind of just talked about the bottom of the shoe, but I should probably mention the upper as well, as this upper is unique. It's almost plasticky in a way. It's kind of like a TPU, just weird filament in a way. That's how I could describe it. It's like a 3D printer filament. And this is kind of strange because it's kind of rough and it's not soft to the touch. But what that means is it's actually going to have greater durability. It's also really lightweight. You get a great amount of airflow. And surprisingly, it resists snow a lot. I don't know if that is completely intentional, but on one of my last runs, I was doing a lot of post holing in about thigh-high snow. And even by the end of the run, I noticed that my feet weren't getting super wet while doing all that post holing. And that's pretty crazy because in any other shoe that I would have been in, they would have gotten soaked pretty fast. So it just might be a cool, unique situation where this material is really water resistant. I wouldn't say it's waterproof, but if you do have that extra water resistance, I mean, you don't have to look at snow and be afraid of it and be like, oh, I need a Gore-Tex liner, because for the majority of what I've used this for and the amount of times I've ran into snow, it hasn't gotten soaked immediately. And even when it does get wet, because there's such a good amount of airflow, it dries out really fast. Which, if you think about it, if you're trying to have that like really good ultra shoe that's just going to excel in the mountain terrain, it's definitely another plus side to the Prodigio Pro. So with all that being said, I should probably get into the downsides of the shoe. I don't have a whole lot for the Prodigio Pro, but there are definitely a few downsides that come to mind. The first one is, even though how much I've been praising the foam of this shoe, I definitely find that the heel area is softer. Now, this could be a unique thing because I am a 4-foot striker when I run. So the off times that I accidentally heel strike on a rocky trail, I definitely feel the rocks hitting my heel. And I just find that it's more compressed in the 4-foot and there's more density in the 4-foot than the heel. So if you're doing a lot of heel striking on like really rocky terrain, you might feel the rocks a little bit more in the heel. And that's just something that I've kind of noticed, that there's not as much density in this back section of the shoe. Now, the next thing I would probably say is a slight downside to the shoe is actually the gaiter, the knit gaiter. Now, I'm not saying that this knit gaiter is bad by any means. In fact, I've loved having it as it's kept a lot of debris out of my shoes and keeping it from getting into my socks. The biggest problem I have with the knit gaiter is that it makes getting into the shoe really hard. And I think about that every time I put on the shoe, as I did upsize a half size with this shoe, and it's just incredibly hard to get into this. I mean, it almost seems like the knit gaiter doesn't want to stretch enough, and I almost have to totally undo the lacing system just to get in. And it always feels like I'm gonna break the shoe just trying to get my foot in. I just feel like it's a little too narrow, and if they would have made either the gaiter stretch a little bit more, or if they just would have made the opening bigger, it would totally make this problem non-existent. But for what this is right now, with it being at a certain tension and the certain opening, it's definitely an annoyance. Now, like, would I say it's like at the end of the world thing? It's definitely not. It's just an annoyance every time that you put on the shoe. Now, granted, when you have the shoe on, it's perfect, but it's just when you're putting on the shoe, it's annoying, and every time it feels like I'm just gonna destroy the heel cup. So those are kind of the two main downsides I have with the shoe. I could say one downside would be it's a roomier fit, but that also applies to just my foot. I have a much lower volume foot, like I mentioned. So I would kind of say that the like higher foot box and just wider foot box is a plus side and a downside, because it does come in handy when your feet swell, but when your feet aren't swollen, or if you're wearing a thin sock, it definitely feels a little bit sloppy. Like I know I can get other shoes that are a lot more tighter on the top of my foot, and it makes my footing a little bit more secure. But like I said, it's kind of that trade-off where if your foot swells up, it's kind of handy. So I could say that that's a downside too. And probably the only other one that I'd have is I've already noticed that I'm starting to see a little bit of wear on the midsole, and I do wonder how durable the midsole is for long-term use. For the majority of the runs that I do, I normally do them on trails, but there's been a few runs that have required to go onto like a ridge, and when you go on a ridge, you are off trail, and I definitely know that that's where I saw the most increase in wear in the midsole, is when I was kind of doing some off-trail things, and whether you're, accidentally stepping on a stick or you're scraping it on a rock, I've noticed that I've taken more chunks, or I've seen more wear to the midsole. So it does make me wonder, especially because this is an ultra shoe, and ultras are generally held in really rugged terrain. I don't know how long the shoe would last, but at the same time, everything about this shoe feels pretty quality, very much more quality than even previous La Sportiva shoes like the Caracal. I mean, this feels premium, and I would hope that with it feeling more premium, it will last longer. And obviously, if you like scratch, the midsole, it's not going to ruin the performance. It just ruins the aesthetic. So, I mean, overall, is it a big deal? Not really, but it's just one of those things to take note that if you're doing a lot of off-trail adventures, this shoe might wear out a little bit faster. Overall, the Prodigio Pro has been by far my favorite trail running shoe that I've used, and I'm really excited to continue logging miles in it. I mean, this is a shoe that has given me a lot more confidence and a lot more speed on the trails now. And this is a shoe that I am just reaching for all the time, no matter what type of run it is, whether it's an easy basic run, whether it's a training type of run, or whether it's a big day. This is a shoe that I'm going for all the time. And especially with the terrain that we have here, it's been a shoe that has worked almost the best. Like I said, I've used other La Sportiva trail running shoes, and I've also used Hoka's, and I think La Sportiva going to a higher stack height with this really great foam and just this better fit and just everything is definitely a step in the right direction for La Sportiva. And so with that being said, I'm pretty excited to see what La Sportiva continues to do with their trail running shoes in the ultra category, as the Prodigio Pro is truly something else. And like I said, it's by far my favorite trail running shoe that I've ever used.